from the middle of the piece. Right in, I had them billies throwing bees up in. Remember.
These bad boys here. What's good, y'all? It's your boy. I'm out here in Tennessee. I'm about to get these loads of tile. It's Thursday, and I am on my way back to the house. This load right here is paying $3,000. The rates is beautiful right now. This is over $3 a mile. They're $3.15 a mile. You know, from Tennessee to go to New Haven, Connecticut. So I'm gonna take this load and go up there. It's supposed to be, you know, a weather storm happening this weekend. So I got making my business to be home, you know, and yeah. So sorry for those that was wondering, like, you know, where have I been and stuff like that. Man, you know, we got death in the family, man. There's so much stuff that goes on, man, and, you know, complications and whatnot. So, you know, that needed to be handled and taken care of. So other than that, so far so good. The truck's been treating me right. All right. Everything so far so good. And you know, I'm just getting things in order, getting things in shape. Yeah, man, and we back at it. So I was told that this is a no tarp load, but the way this might seem, the way this load might look, I don't know, because it's saran wrap, and I think I might do my due diligence and might tarp it. Some people might say, don't tarp it if, you know, you ain't getting charged for it. But, you know, sometimes, you know, it's not always just about it. You know, you got to pick and choose your poison sometimes, you know. Now, if it's double stack, yeah, I think I'm going to do so, you know, just in case, man. But it's saran wrap real good, though. You know, it all depends, you know what I mean? But, you know, I'm going to X-strap it or whatnot, and, you know, make sure everything is copacetic with it, you know, but we gonna see, you know what I mean? I'm just talking out my behind right now. But sometimes, yeah, you know, you might want to, you know, do things at the kindness of your heart, you know, because you love what you do. So, other than that, I hope y'all see, you know, boom, yeah, I'm a Blue Parrot gang now, you know, so I won't hear nobody talk about, yeah, you had that broken headset. Yeah, I had that headset, man. You know, crazy part was, as soon as I got it, the next day, I don't know what made me, possess me, like I slept on it and it broke it when I woke up. So, you know, those headphones really good. I mean, those headphones work really good. It was only $34, you know, Amazon, you know. But these Blue Parrots right here, you know, I like it because, you know, I can take my hat off, you know, and they go behind the neck, the ear, and that's what I like about it, you know, especially when, you know, you got to put a hard hat on and, you know, I need to have a conversation with somebody, you know, while I'm working, you know. Other than that, yeah, next load, I'm going to put y'all on, you know, what I just got myself connected with, you know. I'm going to show y'all, man, because I'm kind of excited for the next load that, you know, I got myself connected with, you know. And this is something where, you know, it could be another aspect of, you know, progressing my journey, you know. I'm just so excited. I just want you guys to stay tuned, man. But right now, we're just going to get these towels, you know what I'm saying? And once you get these towels, strap and go. And I'll catch you on the road. Today is Friday. I got the load, towel. Boom. We are in Pennsylvania right now, not too far away from the cribbo. But I look a little scruffy, man. Don't mind me, man. Still mourn, but the show must go on. You know what they say. After I drop this load off, we have, like I said, the next load. Next load, I'm kind of excited for. It's. I'm gonna tell you now, it's military load, and I'm excited. I'm excited on, accepting this new part of the journey. Never hauled any military loads whatsoever, but this is what was the talk about a long time ago that I seen Hot Shot Benny, his pops, Hot Shot Haven, those guys was doing Hot Shot, and then boom, got Peterbilts, and you know what I mean? And they doing their thing. So this is very inspiring, Also, I just want to, chime in on, mental health is everything, And while you're on this road, man, you got to find something, that's going to help you mentally, take care of your body and things like that, So I'm going to make it my business, I'm going to do my best to 3 times a week at least go to the gym while I'm on the truck. I used to do it before, but I used to do it because I used to have a dedicated route. And every time I went, the places I went to, I already knew where I can go to the gym. I know where I could park, things like that, where I could fit, because while you're on the road and you're trying to find Planet Fitness, whatever 24-hour gym that you go to, 9 times out of 10, they don't want the trucks parked there, or, there's not enough room, or you just can't, there's no gym in your route, you know what I mean? So, another thing is I want to point out, some things that, you guys need to get yourselves, as truck drivers, we need to take our vitamins and everything. So, I'm going to start over with the echinacea, echinacea is good for, immunity health, but it's also good for, stress levels and things like that. Fish oil, we need that. Omega-3s, we got omega-3s, EPAs, DHAs, you need that, that's good for your skin, inflammation inside as well, Then we got the ashwagandha. This is actually supports the stress, This is like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been taking some already before, and let me tell you, I feel a way difference. And then on top of that, with that, I take zinc. Zinc keep you focused. You know what I mean? And while I was taking both of them, ashwagandha and zinc, let me tell you, man, you stay focused, man. And I really, I ain't gonna lie, like I really just now, just the message that I want to send you guys, it really means a lot for me to express that to you guys. Also, black seed oil. I know a lot of people don't like this, but let me tell you something. You talk about, this is actually for the inflammation inside. I don't know why I said echinacea was but it helps out with your gut and everything, and your blood flow. But the black seed oil, for your nails, your hair, your skin, you know what I mean? Just overall health, take these, every day as possible, and just take care of yourself, man. And I have got this collagen. This is another, hair, skin, nail, joint support. As we get older, knees start cracking, the elbows start cracking. I'm not too fan of the non-taste of this one because it tastes like, I don't know, plastic or whatever. But I just wanted to give that out to you guys, Even if you don't even get these, you get these at Walmart, you get these at the vitamin store, whatever is your best source to get them from. But I just think that, we all need to start taking care of ourselves, taking care of our bodies and whatnot. As you can see, I do my tension bands, just keep, my body moving, keep my muscles, moving. But I'm going to set up my truck a whole different way. I'm going to take this chair out, I'm going to take the seat out. And, I have my bench that's in my other truck. Take that and bring that in here. I got more weights at the crib. Got to be careful how much weight I put in the front, but, at least would have put at least about like 100 pounds in here, and I just work crazy in here if I cannot go to the gym as I would like to, because, I'm trying to figure out a better route, a decent route, so I could be able to, maintain what I want to do while I'm still trucking, I really love trucking. I really love what I do. But, hey, we got to work with what we got. You know what I mean? So right now, it is 8:21. It's time to ride, man. Let's go ahead and go get this money. So as you see, the boy unloaded. So we are here at our drop off. As you can see, I'm getting unloaded. The problem is that I'm gonna have to deadhead home 3 hours. So I'm not. Listen, there's certain things that you can just say, forget about it, screw it. I'm a deadhead home. I don't care. Let me do it. And then you got times where you don't want to deadhead a lot. I haven't deadheaded that much, I haven't deadheaded to grab my next slow no more than 100 miles, which was great for me. So for me to deadhead home, which is literally 3 hours and 12 minutes, so that's technically, let's do it. Let's see. This is where I park my car, is where I'm going. 127 miles. That's it. So I'm gonna take that, and then I got a deadhead to go grab my next slow, but it's gonna pay so well because it's under 250 miles to deliver. $17 a mile. So technically I'm blessed with that, so I'm not even gonna be upset about that. Other than that, man, I just really want to touch base with you guys, man. I don't know if some of you guys even miss me or anything like that. Not that I care less or care a lot, but I do appreciate for those who do, and what I mean by I don't care, it's not like to be negative or mean. It's just, I appreciate you guys, that have reached out and those that is concerning. Because I'm one of those people that, man, the guy don't know me. Man, that woman don't know me. Hope they all right. You just say it spiritually, So I mean well when I say that, So other than that, we're going to go home. I miss my babies. So I'm going to give them big hugs. It's been a long few weeks, and I just need my children's love, Being on this road and experience, a parent passing away while you're out here, it can put a hard toll on you, man. And let me tell you, I couldn't keep it together at all, But I don't want to make you guys any more sad than I already am. So let's go ahead and get this paperwork signed and head on home. Come on, Papa, shoot it. Come on, get up top. Oh, my poor boy. Too short. Hey y'all, so I'm here. I'm at this military facility, and of course I can't tell where I'm at exactly. I just feel that it's very confidential, and I don't want to be the guy to be looked at. Oh, you set me up, but this look like they moving bombs or something, like they got stuff in crates and whatnot. This is like kind of exciting for me. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm waiting for them. I don't know where Michael went, but he just told me to park somewhere in the area, the parking lot. They're gonna load me. So I checked in. Oh, let me tell you about the check-in. So when I came in, because first of all, GPS brought me to the back side, which is the wrong way. So I had to come around. And when I came in, they sat here and said, when you come in, just follow, the guards, man. They straight police officers, man. So I pull in, tell me, go ahead, go follow that officer. Boom, had to open up the hood. They checked the whole truck or whatnot. And I'm just like, man. They said, go in there and go check in. They asked if you got any weapons, whatnot. I'm like, not today. He said, you ain't got no weed or marijuana? I said, I wish. Nah, but they had a sense of humor, so that was a good thing. So after you check in, you gotta type your social into the keypad. I give them my Twit card, my ID, and they take a picture of you. Oh yeah, there's no joke up in here. So they know who's in here, what time you came in here, who you are. They could probably find out, if you had a diaper rash, you know what I'm saying? So, so I'm here. I'm just waiting for Mike. I don't know where he at. He said he's gonna meet me over here. It's 1 piece, so it has to be tarp. But it's drizzling outside, so I don't know where he gonna meet me at. I don't know. I'm just parked where he told me to park at. And if I'm in the wrong area, then so be it. I feel comfortable going over there. I don't want to be, I'm just moving because I just feel out of place, you just feel out of place. You don't even know what's going on. But yeah, so far so good. I don't know what I'm hauling, to be exact, because it's gibberish. So I just hope that I didn't even see that car. My bad. I didn't even see that car. So yeah, I'm here. I'm gonna just park right here, man, because I don't know where he want me to be at. So I'm just gonna back up into this little spot. So I don't want to be in nobody's way at all. Whatsoever. So, and I'm taking this to Massachusetts. It's only a 2-hour drive, man. 129 miles. $17 a mile. Here's a little right here. Boy, I need these like every day. So I'm kind of excited. yeah, I'm gonna look on the low boards and see what what we can find. So I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna tag y'all along so you can see what I'm looking at on the low board. All right, so here we go looking on the low board. Start off 748 loads. So we're gonna do no more than 150 miles. We just wanna see what we doing today. They wildin' with that $100, super wildin'. But see step deck. Ain't really much going on. Let's see if there's any reloads coming out of there. No. See Bristol, Connecticut to White Plains. I mean, whatever which way you look at it, you can make decent money. You know what I'm saying? So I could take that, boom, drop that off today, and then take this load. Sure start furnace sand. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna see later on down the line and see what we can get. This most likely might be a typo. Yeah, this might be a typo. So got lows like this. Going Colorado. Shingles. Look at that. Shingles. Fort Collins. That's good enough. We'll see. So I'm loaded. I just got me a crate. It's one crate, really light. It was less than the 12,000 pounds that they said, but I think it says 12,000 pounds. That's what it said on my email. But it was kind of a little intense, So I had the target, even though I got loaded in the range, but I'm assuming it just, for eyes purposes. So me understanding the purpose of why we have to tarp at times, it makes sense, You got, like, if you get like sandbags and stuff like that, but it sit outside, you just think, well, why I got a tarp if it's been sitting outside? Just in case if a bag falls, situations like that. So for this, my assumption is because it's hot classified, They gotta be there, They don't want nobody, looking at the crate, especially if you got ex-co-workers that might know what that freight look like, and they're like, yo, just cover it up, because you stop, go take a whiz somewhere, your freight might be gone. But I ain't gonna lie to you, I feel like I got me a missile, a rocket launcher, something in this mug, bro. Because the way they sat here and told me, hey, right now I just realized, right? Not literally right now, I just realized, but they put a sticky note in front of my camera so it won't show, the facility. So it's some high-tech stuff, man. They got police patrolling all around. It ain't no just security with a little mace and a little baton, whatever. Nah, they arm strap, AK-47 to the hip. Shit, like, I mean, first time, and it's not like it was out of water, like, near the water or whatnot. Literally, it's inside of a town, you don't even know it. It's a whole military base. But I'm on my way there. I'm 35 minutes away. I'm leaning on E, like I'm on E. But like I said, I think my gauge is wrong. But I gotta get there because even the guy said, you know, I'm gonna be here. First of all, it took them that long to load me. It took them at least about 45 minutes. I was sitting for 45 minutes. The guy came to me and he said he came in a little flatbed truck, and he said, man, I didn't know you was parked over here. He said, man, if I would have known, he said, Michael called me and told me that you was over here. I thought you was with the other guys. I'm like, nah, you know, just sitting here. So that's what kind of like made my, you know, my time. I'm shy of like 3-4 minutes. You know, I strapped and tarp. It was 1, 2, 3. You know, loading and strap and tarp. All that took like 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Strap, tarp, bungee down. 20 minutes. So I was done with that. And then now I'm just hauling. You know, I'm not even stopping, nothing. I was only 2 hours and like 9 minutes away. So we almost there. Got 34 minutes to get there. And so I got my next load. But my next load it don't pick up till tomorrow because today is St. Patrick's Day. So I gotta go ahead and all of the night. I'm trying to get 2 loads in one day, but everybody's closing early today at 1 o'clock. You know, in my head, I was thinking about, man, you know, places ain't gonna close till like 3. You know, construction hours. That's what flatbed time is on. You know, I could be able to snag one up, but now everybody's closing at 1 o'clock today. You know, so it is what it is. You know, you gotta take the good with the bad. You gotta expect it. You know. So I'm taking that, going to White Plains, New York, Connecticut to White Plains, New York, 68 miles deadhead. So I'm always good with the deadhead miles. Grab that, and then I'm gonna find something that's just gas to get me from out of this area, you know, to get back towards, you know, White Plains, New York. No toll, I ain't gotta worry about toll, and I'm gonna just find something decent. You know, stay around the area for right now, man, you know? Just cooling, man. So, let's continue on riding, 32 minutes. Let's see when I get there. Grand Rise, y'all. I'm here. I slept over here last night. I'm over here in Bristol, Connecticut. And I'm on my way to deliver this to White Plains, New York. It's not a bad load. It ain't bad at all because I got 2 of them that I'm going to get. And guess what? It's short miles, but it's decent runs. Installation. Can't beat that, you know what I'm saying? So, it's not paying all that good, like, the numbers wise, but it is over $3,000 now. So I got installation. It's paying $600. So if I get 2 of them, that makes $1,200 for the day. And I'm only driving an hour and 35 minutes. It's 70 miles, 79 miles, something like that. So it's not that bad. Drop this off, come right back. I'm a deadhead back here. Drop that off, and then hopefully I can find something that at least, you know, at least bring me to Maryland, because I have a load, the Baltimore, Maryland, I have a load that I need to pick up out of Baltimore, Maryland, Thursday. So Thursday, deliver Friday, then I pick up Friday and shoot back up. So we're gonna see if anything, you know, magical happens. So if not, you know, we ain't gonna cry about it. You know, we just trying to stay on the East Coast right now. Also, like this weather advisory that's coming, you know, that's coming along. So we're just gonna go ahead and just do what we can, because they said that there's supposed to be snow starting Wednesday. So today's Tuesday, so starting Wednesday, starting like, I think it says Tennessee, Alabama, in that middle part. Like it's gonna, well, it's coming from the Rocky Mountains, which is Colorado for those that don't know. And then it's coming over, and it's coming to the East Coast, Indiana, Illinois, Georgia, South Carolina. They didn't really say too much around PA, New York, like New York City, I should say. But Buffalo's Buffalo, it might get a little something, but yeah. But hopefully, things change for the good. You know how that goes. So it's not like I'm trying to just completely avoid it, but sometimes you don't even want to be around it. If you can avoid it, avoid it. Now, the those paying some crazy buku money, now they ain't saying like it's going to be like a terrible storm where you can't even do no work, but I had enough of the cold. I got enough of the snow, so I'm just trying to avoid as much as possible, and that's all I can do. If I can, I can, But other than that, my guy here, he's almost done loading me up. So I'm gonna just hang out in the truck. That's what I'm doing. Watching YouTube videos. And if you like any of these content I'm bringing, man, like, comment, subscribe, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, man. Y'all know where I'm at. I'm over here in Avenel, New Jersey, man. I haven't been here in a long time, man. This is where PNS, Stomping Grounds, Whole Road, PGT, everybody, get their loads from. But let me move up a little bit. Yeah, I'm good now. I feel like I'm back at the bases, So let me move up a little bit. Yeah, I used to do this run all the time with PNS. It's a great run, Grand rise. Listen, I know y'all want to see the lows. I'm a on the go type person, right? So please forgive me if you're trying. Okay. Please forgive me if I'm wired different, all right? I might be a big guy, Now let me stop. But listen, so for the past two lows that I had two turn and burn. Well, yeah, two turn and burn. It was from Bristol, Connecticut to White Plains, New York. Boom, I had two of those. Now, I was supposed to pick up and drop off the same day, but the shipper took forever on the first load, and even the receivers took forever. I sat there going on 3 hours. So, at the end of the day, I didn't complain because if I had to go ahead and deadhead all the way to Baltimore, Maryland, and I would have took a little hit, nothing too crazy. Because White Plains, New York, it was going to be like 113 miles, I believe. I might be wrong. But I know it's no more than 150 miles, and that's the typical type of mileage you do not want to exceed. You don't want to go over that for deadhead miles. But I chucked it up on the chin and said, okay, no problem. Even the broker, well, in this case, our agent, she was like, what's going on over there? I see that, because the agents, they can see you, they can see the truck, they can see where you at. She's like, you slept there overnight at the shipper, and you just now, yeah, they took forever. They loaded me wrong. They put the wrong load on me. They took it off. Then, I guess there's a newbie forklift driver trying to load me. It's just a mess. So, we got loaded, boom, got there. Then we got to the delivery, and this was Tuesday. And I'm like, man, this is messed up, man. You know, I'm sitting here trying to, you know, be professional, ask for a little bit more money because I'm sitting here, you know, they didn't budge on the money. So I'm not going to sit here every time you're going to get something, you know. They said the customer couldn't budge whatsoever. I'm like, come on. There got to be a way. There got to be a way. So no, the customer didn't want to budge. So they said, look, we understand if you don't want to accept the other load, we will understand, you know, because, you know, this is ridiculous. So I said, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'll sit here, still stay on the load. And so instead of pick up and drop and turn it around on Tuesday, end up doing it for Wednesday for the next load. Before I even left that Tuesday, I sat there and told the gentleman that I'm delivering it to, listen, bro, I will be here tomorrow. I said, all right, please, can you work with me? I'm going to get here as soon as I can. Can we get unloaded fast? And sure enough, that happened, right? That's what he told me. So, as I'm on my way back to the facility, mind you, this turn and burn is only 62 miles away from each other. You know, it ain't that far. It's an hour and 13 minutes. Hour and 13 minutes from each other. You know, with a little bit of traffic, it's an hour 35. But the point was, I could have made it. But it's all about the loading, and then, you know, you got to do your due diligence, strap, you know, X-strap, the insulation, things like that. You know, so give yourself an hour to do that. You know, it should be no more than an hour at all. You know, it should just be, my loading time has always been 42, 43 minutes. You know, when the shingles is 23 minutes, easy, right? But when it comes to this stuff, the installation, because you gotta sit there, you gotta pull, you gotta put your edge protectors, all that on there, right? So when I get back Tuesday night, I'm on the horn. I said, you know what? I gotta make more money. So I went ahead, looked on the load board. Ooh, I found me a sweet load. Sweet load going from Avenel, New Jersey for 2 drops. But it was on its way to Virginia. So I went ahead, called it. It was paying $4. No. It was paying $3.78 a mile. Beautiful. I think it's $3.78 a mile. It was 6.5 hours total. We understand the hours. That's how much from pickup to drop off. That was great. So I think that was $1,200. Listen, don't quote me on the cents per mile, but I know I'm over $3 a mile. That's just 100, right? So $1,200. Go ahead, drop it. Now, Avenel, for those that don't know, Avenel, New Jersey, if you go there, that's a facility. It's a Home Depot facility. Well, it's not just completely a Home Depot, but I've been there with P&S, you know? So I went back to the old starving grounds. The best thing about this place is that you don't tarp, you don't strap, you don't do none of that. You just throw your tarps on the floor, you throw your bungees on the side of your trailer, and they go ahead, load you up, tarp you, strap you down, and you're good to go, and you ride. Sick. So that's what I did. Went ahead, boom. I picked it up after I dropped off my load Wednesday, the second Bristol, Connecticut. I went ahead, grabbed that second load, brought that all the way down to Virginia. I dropped 2 loads and completed it all on Wednesday. I completed my loads, 2 loads. And now I'm on the military load that I'm on my way to go get right now. And guess what? I'll be there at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Boy, it's a blessing, man. I'm telling you, man, this is how you gotta run, man. Like, you know, you gotta pick and choose your poisons. You gotta, you know, dibble and dabble, you know. Every day's not gonna be the best day, but you just gotta make it your best whatever you try to do. All right. So when people say they run hard, well, at least for me as an example, this is what running hard is meant. You know, you pick your poison. I was supposed to do a turn and burn one day. That was going to be a $1,200 day. Okay, under freaking 200 miles. Okay, then I was going to pick up another load, which I end up doing anyway. Okay, so it all worked out. And then now I'm on my way to come grab this military load. Man, they called me to go. But it's another military load, so I can't show you guys in there. But I'm an hour and a half away. And let's ride, baby. I'll see you on the other side. All right. It's my second load. All right. He said strapped. Strapped is good. So that's what we're going to do. Strapped. All right. So I'm gonna use straps since it's not that heavy. You know what I mean? So just gonna put this here so that won't move. Okay. And this. All right. So we got our load, and it's time to go. So got no good guys here. Man, I just love the South, man. I just love it, man. The hospitality, you know. So we taking this to Virginia, Refflin. I think I said Refflin. It's just northeast of Richmond. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna see if I can try to deliver it today, but I know it's impossible. Nobody likes to stay open late, so I have enough drive on my clock to get there, you know. But this is what one of the things I wanted to do anyway is get involved with some type of military load. You know, if this is a sign, you know, hey, I love it. You know, I love it. You know, for those that's wanting to come on the CRST, you know, you guys got to think like a business person, as you should be, no matter what. You know. These are the things that you got to look forward for. You know, bigger contracts, you know, better contracts, not just so much bigger contracts, better contracts, things that is worth driving, things that's worth hauling, you know. You know, I'm pretty sure many guys been told this, you know, just throughout the whole industry, you know, just you gotta pick better loads, good loads, you know, try not to take as much cheap freight. Matter of fact, to be honest with you, you should not be taking no cheap freight. I'm just sorry, because there's only one time that I took a cheap freight that was like $1 and some change. That was because I sat for a day already. One day would do it to you. One day would do it to you. And you just like, you know, I need to get up out of here so I can go get to the better place. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta just deadhead out, you know, to get to that great load that you see, you know. So technically, you know, even getting a cheap load just for fuel, it's okay. You know what I mean? You gotta do what you gotta do, basically, you know. But overall, don't just go ahead and just grab anything, you know. That shit going in. I think I got cheap fuel for 304. Went in, to be honest with you. I should have. Man. Well, this is going to be the end of the video for this week. So, let's see. Let's recap. So far, what I got. This load is paying 17 and change. The last load I just dropped though was paying 18 and change. Okay? The load before that I squeezed in at the last minute, 1,200. The Monday load that I picked up and the Tuesday load, the Tuesday and the Wednesday load, they both was $600 each. Right at the traffic. Okay? This is just what I just gross, all right? Whatever my deductions is and things like that, that's on me, okay? Fueling and stuff like that. So I'm going to show you when I sit down, and I'm going to break down how much I spend on fuel for the week. All right? So if you like the content that I bring, and for those that want to come to CRST, right now is the perfect time to come now. You know, it is springtime. This is our season of flatbeds. And like I said, you pick wherever the direction you want to go. I'm from New York. You know what I mean? I'm from the city. So if you used to tight turns, tight this, that, and third, you know, it ain't gonna be nothing for you, you know, if you want to roll around in the city. But as y'all can see, I run the south, I run the east, I run everywhere. That's possible, you know. It's not hard. Don't think hard at all whatsoever. All right. Just come up out here and just, you know, get the work done. I got a friend that's here now. He was doing reefer. He loved the reefer, but you know, he got tired of it. But you know what? He's doing it to better his health and be home more every weekend as possible. Think of stuff like that, you know. Think of your health, you know, you want to move your body, move around, you know. That's what I want to bring to the channel as far as this flatbed stuff, you know. Don't just think of it, you know, it's hard. It really is not hard. Once you just get your body used to it. Every day I don't tarp. There's going to be days that you're going to tarp every day because the load that's around you, all of them got to be tarped. It's like my last 4 loads this week, I didn't have to tarp at all. Except for the one I dropped off Monday, but we're going to count that for last week, right? I didn't have to tarp. So next week, I just know in my head, somewhere around, I'm gonna have the tarp. It is what it is. But if you like the content that I bring, please like, comment, subscribe, and holla at your boy. Fire.